Welcome back to another video. Hope you're doing well, feeling great, and enjoying freedom. It's a great day to have a great day. Today, I wanted to talk about one of the many reasons I am stacking silver. There's a whole long list of reasons, but I really wanted to dial in on one. We're going to get into it, but really quick, just in case you're new, make sure to subscribe for daily videos, subscribe to my second channel for weekly videos, get yourself some DYDSS merchandise to help support the channel. Come and join us in the VIP club, which is where I do giveaways, live streams, deal alerts, and a whole lot more. And of course, make sure to go and get your 6 free stocks by downloading Webull and funding your account. Refer a friend by the end of the month, and they're going to give you 10 free random stocks. Refer 3 friends by the end of the month, and they're going to give you all the way up to 15 free shares of Apple. Everything will be linked in the description. So obviously, I am out here in the woods trail. I set the camera down for a second just for the intro, and I'm going to spend the rest of this video going for a little bit of a hike. So I wanted to talk about one of the many reasons I'm stacking silver. And just to save everyone some time, if you're one of those people who click on a 15 to 20 minute long video looking for a 15-second answer, I'm going to give it to you right here. It's because I like it. I'm going to spend the rest of the video explaining why I like it, but that's really what it comes down to. I'm fascinated by silver. I like what it has to offer me. I like the art that goes into coins, rounds, and bars. I like how private and discreet it can be, especially if you don't make YouTube videos about it. I like how it's like essentially banking on your own terms and being able to do things the way you want to do it, as often as you want to do it, as much as you want to do it. I like everything about silver. I'm just simply fascinated by it. I like silver. What can I say? I wouldn't be stacking it if I didn't like it. But to get into a little bit more detail, I wanted to talk about how I have really progressively over the years become even more fascinated by silver. Of course, I was fascinated from the start. Of course, I was interested. The very first time I heard about silver, somebody brought it up in conversation about a year before I actually started stacking. A friend of mine, a childhood friend of mine, let me know. He came back to New Jersey to check out my business, and he told me that he doesn't necessarily have, other than his job, he doesn't necessarily have a way of making money, but he has a pretty unique way of saving money, and he was just kind of explaining the whole silver stacking concept to me. This was about a year, maybe a year and a half before I actually got started, and right off the bat, I thought it was awesome. I didn't fully understand it. It didn't fully click in my mind. I couldn't fully grasp what he was talking about, but something was there. Something was there. I can't even explain it. But I liked what I was hearing, and I was like, oh man, tell me more. This is interesting, at the very least. I don't know if it makes sense, but it's interesting to hear. And he explained the whole silver stacking concept to me, and I kind of liked the fact that it was just, a private and discreet way of, taking care of your finances and doing things on your own terms. That's probably what I like best about it. But before I even get into that, I wanted to just talk about the art behind the different coins, rounds, and bars, because that's what really drew me in at the very beginning, before I really had a full understanding of the purpose of precious metals, before I understood all of the industrial uses or the global demand for these metals, or before I knew anything about at least having a shot at hedging against inflation. I apologize if there's some wind, disrupting the audio a little bit. It is a little bit breezy over here. Didn't bring a microphone because it actually just rained. I filmed a save it for a rainy day vlog. It's a VIP exclusive. I just, posted that in the Precious Metals VIP Club. That link was first starting to learn about the silver and the gold. Obviously, the first thing that you're going to notice, the first thing that is going to, capture your attention, regardless of what it is that you're doing or what you're learning about, it's the visual. See, I'm a visual learner. Now, a hands-on learner. I need to see what's going on. I need to try it out for myself. And when I'm learning about these different things, I need to see what I'm learning about. I need to see what's happening. I need to see what's going on. And I would look at all these different coins, rounds, and bars, and man, I was never like a coin collector or anything like that, but I was blown away by how detailed some of these coins, rounds, and bars could be. And not only that, there's so much history behind them. There's a story behind every coin, every round, every bar, especially coins though, especially the older ones, because not only are they from a different time period is on the coin. I mean, you could find coins from like the 1800s, the 1700s. You can find such old coins, but even coins from just a couple of decades ago. It's just interesting to think about. It's interesting to look at a coin from, I don't know, 60 years ago or 100 years ago or even 20 years ago, and think about what was going on during that period of time. Who was the president? What type of world events were taking place? What was the biggest rock band at that time? There are just so many different things. Were there deer walking around in the woods back then? There's just so many things to think about. And there's just an entire story and so much history packed into just a little coin. And by the way, it doesn't even have to be a silver coin or a gold coin. It could be a post-1965, or a post-1964 technically, quarter. It could be a quarter from 14 years ago. You have any idea how much took place 14 years ago? Point being is that there's so much history, and there's an entire story behind each and every coin, especially when you get into coins from other countries and ones that are made out of different types of metals, and it's pretty cool, especially in the mid-60s. You know, it's kind of interesting or peculiar to find out about how many different countries removed silver from their coins all within the same year or two. The US, you know, starting in 1965, we removed silver from our coins. I think, man, I'm drawing a little bit of a blank right now. I want to say Japan removed silver from their coins in 66. Canada did in either 65 or 66. All these countries that were minting coins made out of silver removed silver from their coins all around the same time. Isn't that, what a coincidence? It's almost as if the world was waking up to the fact that real, true, honest money exceeds currency. Everybody started to realize that. Or should I say, the governments started to realize that before the people realized that. So they're like, oh man, let's get the silver out of the coins. Let's give them nonsense metal. Let's give them metal that isn't worth anything. So long story short, there's just so much history, and there's a whole story behind each and every coin. But now what I really wanted to focus on was the fact that silver is just a private and discreet and a low-key way of going about banking on your own terms. You can be your own bank, and I don't think you can be your own bank with just silver. I think if you're going to be your own bank, you're going to need a variety of different types of money. I think you're going to need currency in the mix as well. I think you're going to need to be investing. I think you need to have multiple streams of income. I think you need to have, there's a whole system in place, but silver is a big part of it, in my opinion. I like the fact that you can do these things on your own. You can take X amount of dollars and pack it into a troy ounce of silver. And regardless of what's going on within the economy, regardless of what's going on regarding inflation, 9.1% right now, by the way. I covered that in the day the June CPI report came out. 9.1% inflation, highest in 40 years, which, by the way, is the same thing we said last month and the month before. And the month before. Month after month after month after month, we're breaking, records, Anyway, regardless of what's going on with the economy, regardless of what's going on with inflation, regardless of what's going on regarding the purchasing power of the dollar bill. You know, a lot of people can make the argument that a dollar is not a dollar anymore. It says a dollar, but, you know, is it worth a dollar? No, it's not. It's frail, it's weak, it's on life support, I would say. Silver, on the other hand, sure, spot price goes up and down. There's quite a bit of volatility there, actually. But guess what? At the end of the day, regardless of what on the planet is happening, regardless of what's happening on other planets as well, by the way, an ounce of silver is and always will be an ounce of silver, so long as you don't melt it down and divide it up in two, in which case then you would have 2.5 troy ounces of silver rather than 1 troy ounce of silver. But assuming that this one, for example, is in my pocket. This 10-ounce silver bar right here, you want to know what this was 3 years ago? It was a 10 troy ounce silver bar. You want to know what it's going to be in another 3 years? It'll still be a 10 troy ounce silver bar. You want to know what this is probably going to be, assuming that it doesn't get melted down in 100 years? It's going to be a 10 troy ounce silver bar. What will the dollar be? What will the dollar be able to do? How will the dollar look in 100 years? I don't know if you caught up on that butterfly right over here. Pretty cool. We got Muhammad Ali over here. Float like a butterfly, sting like a bee. Regardless of the general state of the economy, regardless of the purchasing power of the dollar, regardless of anything, no matter what on God's green earth can take place, a troy ounce of silver will always be a troy ounce of silver, assuming that you don't take from it or add anything to it. And that's what real, true, honest money is. And I like the fact that as our currency gets weaker, my number of troy ounces goes up. Doesn't go down. The only way it can go down is if I sell. And the only way it can go up is if I buy more. And I continue to buy more. I consistently and on a regular basis add to the stack. Maybe not by a whole lot. I'm not going to sit here and say that I, back up the truck every Saturday. Believe me, if I could, I would. But I can't, so I won't. But I do what I can with what I have where I'm at. Regardless of what that means. Some months I'm able to, do more than other months, and that's just because some months go better for me than other months. See, I don't have that, steady, stable, normal thing going on. My months are actually kind of volatile as well. So, some months are better than others, and on those better months, I'm able to invest a little bit more, I'm able to stack a little bit more, I'm able to acquire a little bit more, I'm able to push myself forward a little bit more, and other months aren't so good. In which case, I invest a little less, I stack a little less, I can only push myself so far. That currency is fuel at the end of the day. You could do a lot of things with a different currency. We can hate on currency all we want, but currency is how we get our hands on money. Let's not forget that. But either way, I like, respect, and appreciate the fact that silver, something as simple as silver, just a little silver bar, or a round, or some coins, doesn't get any simpler than that. And yet, it is my way, and it's a lot of our way, of banking on our own terms, and taking care of our finances our own way, privately and discreetly, without a bank, without a freaking greasy politician, without any government entity hovering over our shoulder, breathing on our neck, referring to what's in the savings account as our currency. Oh, that's ours. It's all of ours. Yeah, it's yours, but it's also mine. It's ours. We share it. It's ours. Come on, it's ours. Come on, we're a team. We got your best interest in mind. You know how it is. Well, guess what? We don't have to deal with that if we do things on our own terms. And by the way, you can do things on your own terms without the silver and gold, or without even investing. If you store the dollar bills elsewhere and work with cash privately and discreetly, it's the same thing. Well, it's not the same thing, but it's the same approach. Doing things on your own terms. Like, you know, I know it might be difficult. It was difficult for me. There's my alarm, by the way. On my phone, so I don't make these videos too long. I think sometime between 15 and 20 minutes is a good length for these types of videos. But the point I'm trying to get across is that I know it might be difficult, but, you know, sometimes you just got to say, you know what, Wells Fargo, you know what, Bank of America, you know what, Citi or Chase or whoever, you know what, bank, I think I'm going to have to pass on your 0.0000001% interest. Because you want to know what? Inflation's 9.1%. Your 0.000 whatever isn't doing me any good. I think I'm going to take my currency and inject it into something that I personally believe stands a far better chance than your little savings account. But that's just me, that's just my opinion. I'm not a financial advisor. I'm just documenting my own journey and my own opinions. But I want you guys to head on down to the comments and let me know anything and everything related to today's video topic. If you guys like today's video, please hit that like button, subscribe if you're new, subscribe to my second channel, which is my backup channel for exclusive weekly content. Go and get yourself some DYDSS merchandise to help support the channel in the biggest possible way. Got t-shirts, hoodies, stickers, coffee mugs, and a bunch of different designs. A lot of the products are helping us raise some funds and awareness for different charity organizations, by the way. And as always, Mykie is cooler than Nike. Come and join us in the Precious Metals VIP Club for giveaways every single month, live streams multiple times a week, deal alerts on silver and gold almost every single day. You can watch all of my videos early and commercial free. Every Saturday morning I post a brand new vlog, and there are a ton of other perks as well. VIP Club link in the description. I guarantee you the value exceeds the cost. And of course, go and get your 6 free stocks by downloading Webull and funding your account. Refer a friend by the end of the month and they're going to give you 10 free random stocks. Refer 3 friends by the end of the month and they're going to give you 15 free shares of Apple. Webull link in the description. Time is running out. If you don't want the stocks, go and get them anyway. They're free, then just sell them. Congratulations, now you have the cash to go and get you some silver and gold if that's what you want. Webull link in the description. And I want you guys to head on down to the comments and let me know anything and everything related to today's video topic when it comes to just stacking silver just because you like it. Not because there's any deep, crazy reason behind it, although there are other reasons as well, but just simply because I like it. I can bank on my own terms, and I like the history, and I like the story that goes along with it, and I like the art, the time, the craftsmanship that was put into each and every silver coin. Head on down to the comments and let me know anything and everything related to today's video topic. Thank you guys so much for watching. See you tomorrow. Don't you dare stop smiling. Peace.